Good morning. Good morning. This morning I'm reading from Psalm 15 about what God requires. Lord, who may enter your temple? Who may worship on Zion, your sacred hill? Those who obey God in everything and always do what is right, whose words are true and sincere, and who do not slander others. They do no wrong to their friends, nor spread rumors about their neighbors. They despise those whom God rejects, but honor those who obey the Lord. They always do what they promise, no matter how much it may cost. They make loans without charging interest and cannot be bribed to testify against the innocent. Whoever does these things will always be secure. And then from Genesis chapter 18, verses 1 through 10a, it's about a son is promised to Abraham. The Lord appeared to Abraham at the sacred trees of Mamre. As Abraham was sitting at the entrance of his tent during the hottest part of the day, he looked up and saw 3 men standing there. As soon as he saw them, he ran out to meet them. Bowing down with his face touching the ground, he said, "Sirs, please do not pass by my home without stopping. I am here to serve you. Let me bring some water for you to wash your feet. You can rest here beneath this tree. I will also bring a bit of food. It will give you strength to continue your journey. You have honored me by coming to my home, so let me serve you." They replied, "Thank you, we accept." Abraham hurried into the tent and said to Sarah, "Quick, take a sack of your flour and bake some bread." Then he ran to the herd and picked out a calf that was tender and fat and gave it to a servant who hurried to get it ready. He took some cream, some milk, and the meat and set the food before the men. There under the tree he served them himself, and they ate. Then they asked him, "Where is your wife Sarah?" "She is in the tent," he answered. One of them said, "9 months from now I will come back, and your wife Sarah will have a son." And we all know that Sarah was not a spring chicken. Now I'm reading from Colossians 1, 15 to 28, and this is what Jim says was written as a hymn. The person and work of Christ. Christ is the visible likeness of the invisible God. He is the firstborn Son, superior to all created things. For through him, God created everything in earth and on earth, the seen and the unseen things, including spiritual powers, lords, rulers, and authorities. God created the whole universe through him and for him. Christ existed before all things, and in union with him, all things have their proper place. He is the head of his body, the church. He is the source of the body's life. He is the firstborn Son who was raised from death, in order that he alone might have the first place in all things. For it was by God's own decision that the Son has in himself the full nature of God. Through the Son, then, God decided to bring the whole universe back to himself. God made peace through his Son's blood on the cross, and so brought back to himself all things, both on earth and in heaven. At one time, you were far away from God and were his enemies because of the evil things you did and thought. But now, by means of the physical death of his Son, God has made you his friends in order to bring you holy, pure, and faultless into his presence. You must, of course, continue faithful and a firm to sure foundation, and must not allow yourselves to be shaken from the hope you gained when you heard the gospel. It is of this gospel that I, Paul, became a servant, this gospel which has been preached to everyone in the world. And now I am happy about my sufferings for you. But by means of my physical sufferings, I am helping to complete what still remains of Christ's suffering on behalf of his body, the church. And I have been made a servant of the church by God, who gave me this task to perform for the good. It is the task of fully proclaiming his message, which is the secret he hid through all past ages from all the human race, but has now revealed to his people. God's plan is to make known his secret to his people, the rich and glorious secret which he has for all people. And the secret that is that Christ is in you, which means that you will share in the glory of God. So we preach Christ to everyone. With all possible wisdom, we warn and teach them in order to bring each one into God's presence as a mature individual in union with Christ. May God bless this week.